Topic number 5 is a seminar on the role of public sectors to promote and develop agriculture in Thailand. So we have 3 guest speakers who coming on this seminar. The first one, she's an expert on international agricultural economics from the Office of Agricultural Economics from Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. Her name is Mrs. Benjawan Siripo. And the second one, he is from Department of Trade Negotiation from Ministry of Commerce. His name is Mr. Duang Athit Nithi Uthai. He is the Deputy Director General from Department of Trade Negotiation from Ministry of Commerce. So the topic he's gonna be talking would be something about the trade negotiation and also the international agricultural economics as well. So the last one who is our guest speaker, his name is Dr. Prisan Rakwatin. He's the Vice President of Digital Agriculture Development and Promotion from Digital Economy Promotion Agency or DEPA. So the topic he's gonna give it to us is something about the technology and innovation for agriculture in Thailand, including the smart farm, including how we apply the innovation and technology into agricultural sector. So 3 of them would be giving some idea regarding to the role of the public sectors to promote and develop agriculture in Thailand. So I hope that we're gonna be a very nice seminar together among 3 honored guest speakers with us. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the seminar, this seminar of topic number 5.
I think hello again. Good day, everyone. Yes, for the topic, I think it is a very important for me and for all of you. For the topic that refer role of public sector to promote and develop agriculture in Thailand. Yes, I would like to tell all of you about my ministry. The Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative is one of the oldest ministry in the government, which is responsible for the administration of agriculture policy, water for resource, irrigation, and promote development of farmers and cooperative system. It is very broad for agriculture for in Thailand. The structure of my ministry consists of 4 main clusters. first administrative cluster, second production development cluster, and the third resource management cluster, and the last farmer and cooperative extension cluster. I think in the last session, my ministry have the 20-year agriculture and cooperative strategy. I think it is a long-term strategy for my ministry. For the I refer again for the long term or the 20-year agriculture and cooperative strategy. I want to focus again that is aims to augment the strength and remove the weakness hindering of long-term agricultural development with the vision of secure farmers, prosperous agriculture sector, and sustainable agricultural resource. And I think and the one key issue for recall again about the strategy, or I mean the policy of my minister again. We will have 15 policies to ensure the development of the agricultural sector and 5 strategy. I think allow me to mention some of implementation policies such as market-driven production, improve architect and innovation center AIC. If you remember, I mentioned in the last session, every my province in Thailand must be this center, AIC center, and improve agricultural logistics system. Okay, yes, it is the implemented policy of my ministry. For the development of agriculture in Thailand is not only important as a major source of food supply for Thai people, but also for the world. Thailand and also every country in the world is now facing an increasing trend of environment destruction, globally known as the climate change. I think you and me know very well about the major challenge that we will face to this. The climate change is one of the challenges affecting food security. The drought and flooding are one of significant drivers of land degradation and crop destruction, with reduced agricultural production rate leading to food insecurity situation and affecting on livelihood and financial impact in the end. As shown in the last state report of FAO on the state of the food security and nutrient in the world this year, also we reviewed that around 828 million people were affected by hunger in the year 2021, and nearly 670 million people will still be undernourished in the year 2030. A major challenge now is how can we redesign the food system to be healthy, sustainable, and more resilient to climate change. As you may have heard the news last month or last 2 months, Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative will host, I think last month, yes, will host the 7th APEC Virtual Food Security Ministerial Meeting. As the APEC host, Thailand reaffirms the APEC economies, mutually personal cooperation and partnership to ensure active engagement in the supporting food security. Also, Thailand is recognized as kitchen of the world, which means there is adequate amount of food for domestic consumption. And the government, through Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative, has not stayed idle. An overall food security plan has been prepared and developed through the National Food Committee, whose duty are to identify food quality, food safety, food security, and food education policy and strategies in all dimensions. At the same time, Thailand has turned crisis into opportunity to push ahead food and grow product export the other country. Today I also a short video of the 7 APEC virtual food security ministerial meeting to show the result of the meeting. Please watch the video. Okay, I hope the video from me to useful for all of you. And the next issue I would like to inform all of you. In addition, there is still a work plan that takes into consideration the grassroots cooperation with small farmers. The integrated plan of the development and promotion of economic foundation is an integrated operation between 6 ministries, 19 agencies, and 1 other government agency. It is linked to the direction of development under the national strategy and the 12 national economics and social development plan, with the goal of average income of the target population who participate in the project increased by 6% per year. For this plan, my office of Agriculture in Economics is the main host agency, integrate operations with various agencies to drive the integration plan of development and promotion of economic foundation. I think I have show you a short brief. The integrated plan has been implemented in 3 approaches. First approach with human capacity building, and the second product development and community service, and the third development of management system and marketing mechanism by encouraging access to both online and offline markets. For the framework for the integration plan is another important mechanism to strengthen the farmers and people in the community, and also to solve the problem of public administration that is non-integrated between departments and ministry, with leads to ineffective budgeting and failure to achieve the intended result. I think is the one key issue about the impact of COVID-19 on agricultural sector. I think it is every country to face in this situation. I remember about in that event. For the impact of COVID-19 and outbreak of coronavirus disease in many countries, including Thailand, has caused both the global and the Thai economy to drastically and rapidly change and seriously affecting the economic security of the country, and the widely affecting every sector in economic system, including agricultural sector. Due to COVID-19 in Thailand, on commercial international flights were suspended and lockdown measure. And the pandemic has heavily disrupted the country economy, of which tourism is a significant sector. This situation affect to the real sector, especially agricultural sector, in such many aspects. I think as for the transfer of agriculture and food commodity inputs has slowed down, and the other one, and the other aspect, the decreased consumer demand due to the public health measure. I think it is very critical for my country. Result in agricultural and food products being stuck in the supply chain and becoming a surplus in the food system, and declining household income and lack of liquidity, especially small households with low saving level and all daily income due to the decrease of market demand in terms of quantity and price. And another one, problems of the potential of farmer and people to adapt and mitigate the impact on the new lifestyle based situation or new normal such as touchless, cashless, and trust economy. I think your country have some event is the same my country. For the measure to remedy the impact of COVID-19 related to the agricultural sector, Thailand has the measures about the remedy for people and farmers, including the social security system and related welfare. This will enhance the liquidity of households so that they can alleviate their suffering and go through a period of decreasing household income. And trade facilitation and distribution of agriculture and food products to both domestic and international consumer. Another one is reducing the burden of expense and enhancing financial liquidity for farming household and institute of farmers, entrepreneurs by issuing measures to suspend principal and interest payment, and measures to expand the original capital and extend the original interest. And I think is another one for the preparation for future event. We will to prepare for the impact of the next pandemic or other challenges when it comes. Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative Thailand established the monthly agricultural product calendar at the provincial level and called the provincial crop calendar. It is regarding the implement this project. There are several agricultural data to be correct, such as monthly quality of production of main agricultural products and local agricultural food at the provincial level to use for food security management at the area-based level in order to have a production plan in line with the consumption of market demand due with the rush of product to the market. And the information from provincial crop calendar can be linked to the National Agenda Big Data Center or NABC. It is located in my office and used to drive and connect the data with Architect and Innovation Center of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperative. And the provincial crop calendar can also play an important tool in production development plan and in accordance with the changing market needs in both normal and crisis situation. I think this is all the topic that I inform you. It is the role of my ministry. I hope you know well about my role of my ministry that concern about agricultural development. I think it is clearly to touch to help our farmer. Thank you very much. Thank you very much that you open. I think you will get from my information. Thank you very much. Yeah. Goodbye. สวัสดีค่ะ
So today we have a topic number 5, which is a seminar on the role of the public sector to promote and develop agriculture in Thailand. So the first gentleman who is going to be our guest speaker, his name is Mr. Duangathit Nithi Uthai. He's the Deputy Director General from the Office of Agricultural Economics from Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. He's going to tell us about the role and responsibility of his department and also some details regarding to the negotiation in terms of the agriculture economy, something like that. And the second one, we have Dr. Prisan Rakwatin. He's Vice President from Digital Agriculture Development and Promotion, Digital Economy Promotion Agency, or DIPA. He's gonna tell us about how we apply the digital technology into the agriculture. So first of all, สวัสดีครับ 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 hello สวัสดีครับ so we go to Mr. Duangathit Nithi Uthai, Deputy Director General, first to tell us about the detail, the background, role, responsibility regarding to his department. Okay, go on.
Thank you so much. Well, once again, let me introduce myself. My name is Duangathit Nithi Uthai, Deputy Director General of Department of Trade Negotiations. Actually, from Ministry of Commerce. Thank you for your introduction. Actually, my intention to give presentation on this one is on the role of public sector to promote and develop agriculture in Thailand. I would divide my presentation into 5 parts. Let me start by introduction to Department of Trade Negotiations. Actually, well, Department of Trade Negotiation is one of the division, one of department of the Ministry of Commerce. Well, Ministry of Commerce, they are supervise everything from goods to also services, both domestic and overseas. Well, that is a general. Let me show you share your presentation. Well, as you see from the, well, that's my picture, but
sorry, may I interrupt a little bit? I think you have to record. You didn't place a record yet, and then I think you should yes, put up the PowerPoint presentation like that.
Did you see the screen?
I think that did you make a record? Have you made the record or no?
Yes, we are recording.
Okay. All right. So, okay, let's start by introduction to Department of Trade Negotiations. Well, as you see from the screen, well, the Ministry of Commerce, basically we divide in two missions, one on the overseas and the other is on domestic one. For the domestic missions, we monitoring and control, well, price of agricultural products and income of agriculture. And also that, well, we also guarding the rights of consumers under the legal framework of the Ministry of Commerce. But these two missions on domestic side, they operated by Department of Internal Trade. As you see the red box. So the next one, well, Department of Business Development. Well, actually, they look and promote and develop business, import goods and services, and also registration of the companies in Thailand. Everyone who wishes to operate the business in Thailand, they need to register at Department of Business Development. So this is quite a major roles of the Department of Business Development. And the last for the domestic mission is the Department of Intellectual Property. Of course, by the name, you already know that they protect intellectual properties, editing, innovation, copyrights, trademarks, and patent. Everything is under the work of the Department of Intellectual Property. That's basically on the role of the Ministry of Commerce under the domestic mission. If you look on the right-hand side of the mission, this is quite, of course, the first one is started by the Department of Foreign Trade. Well, they conduct and participate in international trade negotiations. Especially in negotiations under the framework of the WTO, FTA sub-region and regions, including bilateral on trade issues like a JTC, or of course, this one is under the Department of Trade Negotiation, which is my department, which actually, if you move a little bit, for second to the top, that would be the function of the trade negotiations. And the second one, mission is on there to organize and manage import-export process as well as training grants to the state. Trading tapioca goods. So this is a part of the job of the Department of Foreign Trade. Well, if anyone want to take the benefit from the FTA or any bilateral agreements, for example, if you wish to granted the benefit from the tariff, from the free trade agreement, you need to get the certificate of origin. So you have to go to the Department of Foreign Trade. And the last one, well, of course, for the promoting and accelerated the Thai products into the foreign markets, which is the responsibility of the Department of International Trade Promotion, which means that they can use the FTA agreements or any bilateral agreements, and then they do promoting on the Thai products into the market. So that is the overviews of the job, I would say, that of the Ministry of Commerce. Let me brief a little bit on the vision and mission of our department, which is the Department of Trade Negotiation. Of course, well, our focus is clear. We try to propel proactive trade negotiations to maximize national benefits. Of course, we try to penetrate the foreign market through trade negotiation, through the agreements. Of course, we negotiated went from the bilateral, which the WTO, of course, I will brief you a little bit later on, and to the bilateral or regional, like ASEAN and partners. So this is our responsibility. We try to penetrate the market through the agreement, through negotiations. was of course including the agricultural products. So this is our aim. We try to use the agreement to cover the foreign market by 80% of our total trade to the world. So this is our main vision. So this is our main vision, and then we wish to reach this goal by the next 5 years. So this is our clear vision, and then we try to make utmost to achieve that goal. So after the brief introduction of our ministry as well as our department, let me brief you a little bit overview of Thailand agriculture sector. Well, of course, Thailand is well known, is one of the world major agriculture producer. Even though the agriculture sector contribute approximately 10% of our GDP. Okay, let me brief you a little bit on the Thailand agriculture production overview. Well, Thailand is one of the world major agriculture producers. Even though the agriculture sector contribute approximately 10% of our GDP. The thing is that it's around 47% of Thailand usable area is agriculture area. So if you're looking at the figures, especially on exporting market, you will see the agriculture and processed agriculture would take just around 10 or 15% of our export. Majority of our exporting is industrial, but as I mentioned, the key is that 47% of the Thailand usable area is agriculture area, and 30% of the Thailand labor force, around 40 million people work in agriculture sector. That's why agriculture sector is the most important sectors in Thailand. Well, Thailand top agriculture production are rice, cassava, sugarcane, palm oil, and maize. So that's why that is quite important. Let me move a little bit to share you Thailand agriculture trade overview. Well, on export side, I hope the slide is moving. I don't know whether you see the slide number 7, Thailand agriculture trade overview. I wish you can see the slides. On the left-hand side, you can see that Thailand is the 17th world largest exporter of agriculture products. Well, actually, we export throughout the world, but our main markets are China, ASEAN, Japan, US, and EU. Actually, those 5 key partners are our key trading in overall picture as well. Well, not surprised that our major exports are durian, well, the king of the fruits, rice, chicken, and well, dog and cat foods, which is a large sector and growing sector for the past decades. That's just the export side. Let's move a little bit to import side. Of course, we are also 23rd world largest imported agriculture products. We import from ASEAN, Brazil, China, US, and EU. So I apologize for misspelling on the export. Actually, we imported 23rd world largest importing of the agriculture products. Well, you may surprise which kind of product that we imported. Well, of course, we imported soybean, food preparation, and of course, soybeans usually be used in the farming rather than for the human consumption. This is that is a part briefly on the overview of the Thai agriculture. Let me move a little bit on my third part of my presentation, which is the Thailand roles in WTO and agriculture negotiations. Let me brief a little bit, perhaps you already know, but let me briefly a little bit on what is the WTO. Actually, the WTO is an intergovernmental organization that regulated all and facilitated international trade. Well, it's established in since 1st January. The founding member, we are the 59th member, and currently there are 164 members. We are proud to be a founder, one of the founding members of the WTO organization. Of course, well, as the international intergovernmental organization, their main mission is on negotiated reduction or elimination of obstacles to trade, such as import tariff and other barriers to trade. Also, they are monitoring the application of the WTO agreed rules. It's all about the agreements. Of course, they are talking about the international legal framework that applies to all members. So then it's monitoring the application of those rules of their members. And another key resolution number 3, this is dispute settlement. Of course, when they're trading, they always dispute among members. So the WTO play the key rules in trying to settle all the dispute cases. Well, they have the panels, they have the appellate body who, all settle all the dispute cases among members. Well, of course, besides of trade negotiation, besides of implementation and monitoring and dispute, they are also building trade capacity for all members. So this is quite important, especially for the developing countries like Thailand, like the majority, I would say the majority of the members, they are the developing countries. So they are quite key, one of the key important of the main mission of the WTO. Of course, they are the one that try to outreach to all members as much as possible. Now, you may be surprised, why is so important? Why would the WTO is so important? But before go that, let me brief on at the moment. Well, the WTO since they developed that, perhaps you already know, they developed from GATT, which back, well, numbers of decades, and then developed into the WTO as an interorganizational, intergovernmental organization, I would say. Well, they have the numbers of the Director General who's looking at the staff. Well, currently, Director General is Mrs. Nagosi. And for Thailand, well, as you see, the beautiful lady from the presentation, this is Excellency's Madame Pisfield. She's quite experienced of ambassadors. She's acting as the representative of the trade ministers in the WTO while we don't have the ministerial meeting. Well, let me brief on the benefit to joining WTO. Of course, well, everyone will fair and trade, equal market access to all members. So anyone, we are all agree that we will prohibit unfair trade measures. We will reduce trade barriers that you see from the presentation. This is quite benefit to all members, 164 members. We try to reduce trade barriers, tariff, through negotiations. We always call round of negotiations. And currently we are under the Doha round. I will brief you in a moment about the Doha round. Of course, we try to increase competitiveness and try to get opportunities for members to defend their trade interests. Well, we're always working by the consensus, which means whether you are big countries or small countries, they have same equal writing board. So which means everything will be settled by everyone must join and everyone must agree. So it's quite important. So that's why it's quite benefit for small countries like Thailand and the others. So next, well, Thailand market sunset under the WTO. Next, please. Well, currently around 30% of Thailand tariff line has limited. This is under WTO. Of course, we have the FTAs, we have much more in terms of elimination of tariff. But under the WTO, well, if you're looking at the figures under the presentation, this slide, 12.3% of all agriculture products tariff rate of Thailand is 0. And for the other side is non-agriculture, 40% of non-agriculture products tariff rate down to 0. But of course, that is bounded, because we always bounded under the WTO, which means that we cannot go beyond whatever we bound. But currently, for the applied rate, we mean actual tariff that we collected from the importing products. Average tariff total rate is around 11%, just 11%. Of course, if we're looking at the agriculture products, average is around 31. Of course, agriculture is always sensitive for most of the member countries. Briefly, for the non-agriculture is around 8.4. This picture we show you a little bit on those 23 products. If we put under TRQ, that is all agricultural product we put under tariff rate quota under WTO, and then actually those 23. Well, more or less, you can say that it's quite sensitive for Thailand. We always carry on these 23 tariff rate quota products. We also carry on into FCA agreements, but we negotiate with the other as well. Of course, it depends on our trading negotiations countries as well, because some of products it may not sensitive to that particular partner negotiation. For example, coconuts. Well, we not place the coconuts under sensitive under the Thailand, Australia FTAs. But of course, for the general, we put under this coconuts is one of the 23 of the sensitive agriculture products. We put tariff rate quota. This is just show you, yeah, the 23. And of course, in the WTO, we run everything under the agriculture, under agreement. We call the agreement of agriculture. That is the rule. Actually, also the agriculture agreement. Also, I would say that it's the key principle agreement that Thailand applies to do. Whatever we do with all members, we always carry an under agricultural agreement. So I'm not going to tell you on details that who's work in agriculture committee, because in the WTO, of course, the committee of agriculture, their jobs, they look anything about agriculture trade among members is under overseas of the committees of agriculture. Let me move a little bit. Let me brief on a little bit on agreement of agriculture. Actually, agreement of agriculture, more or less in our negotiations in the FTA, we always, use the agreements of agriculture as the backbone, as the key principle, key provisions to use in our FTA agreement as well. So this is the things that I wish to tell you a little bit. So perhaps you may surprise, you may wonder that how negotiations, agriculture and negotiation works in the WTO. Actually, in the WTO, we still under negotiation because under Article 20 of agriculture agreement, they stipulate that all the WTO members must carry on still to reduction of the tariff as well as non-tariff barriers of the agricultural products. That's why under the Doha round in 2001, we created that we need to negotiate it, and then we put agricultural negotiation as a single undertaking under Doha round, which means that if you want to conclude the Doha round negotiation, you must complete the task under agricultural negotiation as well. Of course, it's still ongoing process, but lately of the 12 ministerial conference in Geneva in June 2022, I must say that quite a good response by our members, especially on the food security, as well as the World Food Program. Especially the World Food Program, we are quite, I would say that we are quite agreed to move a little bit, and that we are trying to, to discuss on especially on underfilled tariff rate quota mechanism. We have agreed on that. This is one of good movement of the WTO members on agriculture. And of course, we agreed that to eliminate agriculture export subsidies. Well, this is quite big movement of all the WTO members, and we are working on that. So this is overall the agricultural in negotiations individual. Now, let me touch a little bit on the CAN scope. CAN scope is quite important. Well, I would say that one of powerful house of the agricultural exporting nations. They get together and they try to form policy, try to drive all the agricultural negotiations individual, as well as try to form the position to drive, especially on market access on agricultural products. Well, it consists of 19 exporting nations or members. Thailand is among our founding members. It founded in 1986 in Cairns. That's why we call Cairns Group in Australia. Again, our aim of the group is try to liberalize trade, especially on agricultural products, with a common goal in reducing global trade and production support distorting. Well, we always reform. We are called to reform on the 3 pillars of agricultural negotiations. One on domestic support. We want to reform and substantially reduce the domestic support, domestic support measures. Clear? If we are quite clear, we want to eliminate our export subsidies. And we try to get more liberalization of market access on agricultural products. This is our clear statement of our CAN Group. So once again, CAN Group is one of powerful house in terms of trading agriculture in the world market. So this is why one of big part of the I would say that is international trade negotiations. You must remember that name. Let me build on a little bit on the trade value by FTAs. It's quite besides of bilateral, I just mentioned on the WTO. Thailand now, we are quite concentrated on negotiation in FTA as well, because it's quite easier in terms of the negotiating, because of just talk about the region, just a group of countries that just get together and try to negotiate on the table. Let me show you under this picture. You can see that, well, at the moment, Thailand, we have the 14 agreements, FTA agreement or free trade agreements. We have the 14 agreements. The first one is ASEAN. And then we have the ASEAN, India, ASEAN, China, ASEAN, Japan. We have the regional ASEAN. We always call ASEAN Plus. The plus with Japan, China, India, Korea, Australia, and New Zealand, which means that we can see on the Asia Pacific, the ASEAN, we already have an agreement. Thailand, part of it. Besides of regional or ASEAN Plus agreements, we have our own FTA as well. Well, we have Thailand, Australia, we have Thailand, New Zealand. We also have Thailand with Japan, as we call JTEPA. So, and the latest one, you perhaps already known or heard about the RCEP. RCEP is, I would say that currently is the biggest FTA agreements of the world, because it consists of the 30% of GDP, of the world GDPs. Yeah, we are talking about the 30. I would say that half of the world population is under this region. We're talking about China. You're talking about one of the biggest market in the whole world, China. So we have the China market under this agreement. So it's quite important. Currently, actually, the RCEP did enforce just 1st of January of this year. So we have 15 members under the RCEP agreement, and actually it's ratified almost every country. We're just waiting for Malaysia and Indonesia, but we hope that they can ratify soon. So this is the current one. Ongoing. Let me move to the pink or middle box. At the moment, we have the negotiating with the Pakistan, with Turkey, Sri Lanka, and BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC consists of Sri Lanka, India, Nepal, and Bhutan. Of course, Thailand as a part of BIMSTEC. And currently, we try to negotiating with the EU. We are in the process of resumption of our negotiation with the EU. And also the last two is ASEAN Canada, and ASEAN Canada is one of the important agreement that we participate as the ASEAN Plus. This would be the first agreement in the North American region. It's on ongoing negotiation that I think that we expecting that we try to rush the process, but of course it's just beginning. It would take time, but we are focused as well. The last one ongoing, that's a Thailand EFTA. That would be one of the first European agreement with Thailand. We just launched negotiations on the 20th of June, and then we had the first round negotiation in the end of June, and then we are going to have the second one at the end of the October. So I would say that it's quite move quicker than I expecting. So we expecting that if we conclude that EFTA, which consists of 4 countries, I would say, or I mentioned this at the beginning. We have EFTA, which consists of Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein. If we could conclude that, we targeted to conclude by 2 years. And if we could conclude it, which means that it would be the first, I would say, comprehensive modern with the European region. That is the first one. And then on the right one, Thailand EU, start to discuss a process with the Thailand UK. We are about to study on EAU, Thailand Eurasian Economic Union, EAU. And we also focus at the Gulf Cooperation as well as the Thailand UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership that's on the Arabian Gulf. Of course, we also focus at Pacific Alliance as well as the African. So we try to cover all the regions as much as possible. Let me quick through the benefit of FTAs. Of course, we going to eliminate tariff quicker, faster, deeper than the multilateral agreement as the WTO. Once again, we have the class consists of the numbers of countries, not 164, but of course that's just numbers of countries with that which make the invention of tariff or negotiation quicker than the bilateral one. Of course, means to eliminate tariff and put up trade values. I try to reduce trade barriers, improve trading rules, more mutual consent, and also increase competitiveness among our negotiating partners. Let me move quick. This is, I'm not going to in the next 4 slides, I'm not going to tell you in detail, but I just want you to focus on the first column. This is the import tariff scheme of Thailand under FTA partners. Well, on the below of the slides, that would be the architectural export pattern with our partners. On ASEAN is one of the biggest trading partners. Also, ASEAN is the first agreement, FTA agreement, so that's why we focus on it. Well, agricultural products among ASEAN is absolutely zero. We have no quota among each other. So export our ASEAN to ASEAN members is 8.67 billion. It's increased, is sharing 22%. So it's quite a huge number. And the second one is ASEAN-China. ASEAN-China is one of the key agreements that Thailand can gain benefit in terms of trading agriculture. We are sharing 9.7 billion. I would say that China would be our, is the biggest agriculture products of Thailand. Well, fresh fruits is number one. And then cassava starch, cassava fresh mango, fresh chicken, meat. This is quite important. So this our first two column is quite big market of the Thai agricultural products. Let me move very quick. Well, you can see the presentation. I'm not going to tell you once again. I'm not going to tell you all detail. Let me move to the last part. Let me move to the last part because I don't have much time. Let me move to the last part of what the role enhancing is quite important. This is one of our major role of our department. We try to enhancing understanding of the farmers, entrepreneurs of agricultural products to get benefit, to feeling of the benefit from the FTA. Whatever we negotiate, that we want them to get the feeling of that. It just, the pictures, they just show the how we work. We try organizing the seminars. We try to focus especially on the products that we see that is quite important. And if they can use that benefit from FTA as much as possible and preparing themselves in terms of liberalization of the market. For example, you can say that you can see the cows in that presentation, which means that we are trying to get the new sector because we are open up the market for Australia and New Zealand in the next 2 years. So we are preparing them. We are preparing them for the for competition. And also, we are trying to get them familiar with international market. That's why we enhance them to know and get the benefit from FTA. So I'm not going to tell in greater details. Let me show quick pictures and presentation. Well, we conduct seminars, organize field visits, and we try to looking at their products and try to give them advice and sharing them how they can use the FTA agreements that we already agreed. So just move quick, please. Yes, this is the pictures. Yes, go ahead. Yes, this is a sample of that. We meeting with the key product of each province. We traveling throughout the countries and get the farmers, micro and small enterprise, especially on agricultural products. Even we have I would say that partners who working with us, especially the agricultural communities, they're working with us. And then I think that we try to get them familiar and how to use the benefit from the FTA agreement. So quickly, this is about the milk as well. So let me conclude that this is the pictures of the, overall pictures of agricultural Thailand agricultural products. Pictures of how we place roles in WTO, how we play the agricultural product in FTA agreements, and how we enhance our farmers, agricultural people to familiarize with the agreements, how they can enjoy the benefit of the agreements that we negotiated. We try to get them and get them to FTA as much as possible, and we hope that they can adjust themselves into the new market through the FTAs. So I would end up my presentation as this is. So I hope that, okay, this is the last one. If anyone wishes to get more information regarding to Thai agreements, whether the bilateral, regional, or bilateral, please go to this information center. We have FTA and asset centers. We provide you the phone numbers, websites, and as well as an email. So you can contact us anytime. And we have people standing by to answer all any queries that you may have. Thank you so much for your attention. It's my concluding my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. It's very informative for the first part of the seminar on the role public sector to promote and develop agriculture in Thailand. And the honor guest speaker, the first one he's from the Department of Trade Negotiation from Ministry of Commerce, that we got the very beneficial information regarding to what's the role of responsibility in terms of the like a FTO or like the overview on Thailand FTA negotiation, and some very useful under the activity of the Department of the Trade negotiation of Thailand. So thank you very much. ขอบคุณมากครับ if anybody want to get more information, Mr. Donghatit already gave us the detail that you can contact directly to the Department of Trade Negotiation, Ministry of Commerce later on. Okay, so ขอบคุณมากครับ so thank you very much ขอบคุณมากครับ พี่ดDonghatit ขอบคุณมากครับ ขอบคุณมากครับ so we move to the next one. The next gentleman, his name is Dr. Prisan Ratwatin. He's Vice President of the Digital Agriculture Development and Promotion from Digital Economy Promotion Agency. So he's gonna give some detail regarding to the role of public sectors to promote and develop agriculture in Thailand. So Dr. Prisan, are you with us?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can see your slide. Okay, go on then.
Okay. Just for a moment, please. Okay, well, thank you very much for having me on the screen, and then inviting me to have a presentation on the roles of the Digital Economy Promotion Agency under the Ministry of the Digital Economy and Society, Thailand. So today the presentation is digital transformation for farmers, and then I would like to present on the Thai side. First, I would like to introduce a bit about DEPA, Digital Economy Promotion Agencies. Like we just inaugurate organization that start from 4 or 5 years ago, to promote the digital economy to Thai society and Thai people. And then we can see that different, development that we try to promote to Thai using a digital, and we try to invest or do business operations in the relation with digital industry and innovation, and then we try to promote and support work for the public and private organization to achieve the digital industry and innovation. And then human resource, we try to develop and promote to the digital industry. So that's what we try to do. And of course, in Thailand, human resource is very important. Digital transformation is very important. Digital startup is very important, and we try to promote. And then smart cities, we try to implement smart cities scattering all around Thailand, and then we try to promote smart city in order to have a smart living, and then good health, and then people live in nice and peaceful. So like the other promotion agencies in agriculture or industry, we scattering around to support the Thai people. Like we have 7 branches and then sub branches. The main branch is in the north, 2 branches and then the 3 branch in the northeastern, and then the east in the Chonburi, and then Phuket and Songkhla is down south. These branches is directly to contact to the local people, and then we try to, how do you say, initiate digital promotion to the village, to the farmers and the others. So this is what we try to do. So if you can see the structure of the Thai economics, LE is large enterprise, SME is small and medium enterprise, and agriculture. You can see that is the agriculture contribute, how to say, contribute very few GDP to the Thai society, about only 10%. But we consume a lot of the personnel, like 70% in the field. So this is the economic structure that we try to develop and then try to improve our agriculture person to have more and more knowledge. One of the things that we see that in the Thai farmers, that the Thai farmer is aging. Average age is about 58 years old, that they are still do farming, and then the household is very in the old days they are personal intensive, like they need a lot of the personnel to do the farmer. However, the size of the household is shrinking. In the old days, maybe the worker from the same household is about 5 or 4 or 5. Now become 2 person to do the farming. So the Thai household is shrinking, and then less human resources. Also, the lack of the accessibility to the informations that the Thai agriculture, Thai farmer is like very hard to find the access to the, how to say, the informations that when to plant, how to plant, and then the market online marketing is still abstract in the Thai farmer. But even though internet accessibility is very good, internet speed is very good in Thailand, so we see how to say improvement of the Thai using the digital technologies. That's what we try to promote. So of course, if you can see 2 sides of the customers, one side is digital provider, and the other side is the consumer. So we try to be like a digital platform in order to link these two to meet with each other. Of course, the consumer, which is a farmer, stay in the countryside. They are very hard to be able to access to the, how to say, technologies. They do farmings and then daily chores, and then doesn't have time to do like the internet search. Of course, technology-wise, as online, but they didn't have time, and then they have a little bit access to the internet world. Which is very hard for them to find the tools to help them, how to say, on daily life. On the other hand, if you can see that the digital provider, for example, startups, which hiring a lot of well-educated engineers, they put a lot of work and effort on the technologies. But however, on the marketing side, the farmer is very hard to find, and then they don't know where and when to find because they are far away. In order to reach out to each farmer, that's very costly to see the farmer. And of course, the farmers, they are thinking of, because they have a limited budget, they're thinking a lot of investing on the technologies, because of course they are reluctant because of their skills, their knowledge is very lag behind of the technology. So they're thinking of the, how to say, doing the same things all year round, but don't want to change their farming activities because of they are afraid of using the technologies. However, recently, the Thai farmer face a lot of the climate change. We cannot, the farmer cannot see or forecasting or when it's rain, when it's not rain, and then the drought and then the flood. So they don't know how to prepare their crop. And then accessing to the market is internet world to the e-commerce is still difficult for the Thai farmer because of the knowledge and absolutes. So this is also the difficulties of the Thai farmer to reach out. So we try to, how to say, bundle or matching between these two by introducing the digital transformation fund. So we categorize digital transformation fund into the 3 types. First one is the local business, is SME. The SME is a small and medium enterprise who would like to use, or they have their own processing, like how to say, the rice mill. They already have their operations, or the food processing. They already have their process, the production line. But however, they also would like to have or introduce the digital to improve their productivity. This is what we also try to do. And then communities, of course, the communities that gathering more than 20 households, we try to introduce them to for the communities to apply the digital. And then coming up to the farmers. Farmers also in individual farm who would like to use the IoT or internet or how to say e-commerce also can be able to access. But different budget size, of course, farmer we compensate some of the amounts, but the communities and then local business we how to say partially subsidized or partially paid for the technologies. The farmers or communities or SME have to pay first, and then we are reimbursed later, in order to guarantee that the farmers, the local communities, and then the SME already implement their stuff, doesn't have like already their stuff, the digital instrument. So we try to reimburse them later. So we quite guarantee that the instrument already applied and then used to the communities or local business and farmers. Using this one, so I think it's very hard for them, for the farmers, communities or local business to see or to have the access or know-how or the digital goods. So we introduced the website which is called Tech Hunt. Tech Hunt is the catalog that you can, like the e-commerce, you can look and see and then search for the the digital on the internet. So you can search through the website, you can comment how good and bad, and then you can see the price that price list, and then if it a yellow ribbon like this, so is already included into the the promotion coupon or package that the farmer, SME or communities can will be subsidized half of them or the internet free or free, something like that. So you can shop around. So up to now, we have several startups that we try to promote and already put into the list. But you can see that for the agri-tech, the technologies is still very limited compared to ed-tech, health tech. fintech or the other industry. I think one of the things is because of like if you a graduate, young graduate, and then enter to the how to say fintech or health tech, you can get more salary. So the one or the engineer who are entered to active, I think they were dedicated, and then they are how to say sacrifice their salary, to how to say to do the active things. This is one of the difficult, and then very hard to invite young graduate engineer to enter to the active. Okay, so for the digital transformation fund for the communities or SME, you eligible, the one eligible is like the project will implement within 1 year, and then for the digital device and then the tools, we subsidize approximately 50%. So if you buy the how to say the greenhouse with the IoT, so we subsidize only 50%, and then the grant is up to 200,000 baht per project. That means the whole project, which is about the 50%, mean 4,000 baht. And then the digital must be applied, and then the digital provider have to register under the tech hunt, under the website that I already showed. In order to apply or be a member of the DEPA or be able to sell their product to the tech to the Thai farmers, you need to have like ISO 29001. In order to have a guarantee, you need to have a standards, service standards, and then the others. And then, of course, the criteria of to be selected in the communities or SME, you need to have the right proposal telling us the objective, and then financial potential, and then sustainability. So after the project finish implementing, how can you sustain these goods or these IoT things? Of course, you can sell your products and then gathering the money, to how to say subsidize the cloud platform or something like that. And then we select based on these 3 or 4 criteria with our committee member who are internally select, and then the outsider who are come from company or another organizations that we provide. So we up to now, like we scattering around more. This is the old information, but of course we have like scattering around the technologies, and then the most like how to say technology that's used is like IoT, and then the drone that very high popular that they would like to try on. And then we collaborate with some of the company that some doing some CSR, so they give some budget to the community as well. So some budget is that the community doesn't have to pay by themselves, but how to say the big company, big conglomerate company subsidize some to the project as well. So this is, I think, very good. So something like that, we do have an interview, and then the promotion, and then the talk, and then the selection method that we already we did. So the popular technologies that we select for the farmer, and then farmer usually the how to say implement is like a smart farm, like a drone, IoT, turn on and turn off the water, solar farm, and then the smart farm, something like that. some of the company select how to say ERP and packaging, and then the how to say the connectivity, the GPS in order to commute or in order to use for logistics also, or one of the things that we try to do. For the agriculture, the most popular one, as I said, is a drone, and then the other is like IoT, or turn on and turn off, and some do the digital content. So I would like to introduce some of the applicants. So the thing is like the drone is very popular because of the spray, and then because of the lacking of the human resource to do the pesticides or fertilize. This is like reduce the human resource, and then the person doesn't want to do or directly contact to the chemical because it's harm to their health. So nowadays it's very hard to find the sprayer who do a spray on the field because they are directly contact to the chemical, and then it's very hard to do it. And then when you do a spray using the human, it's like the distribution of the drug or the fertilizer or pesticides is not evenly distributed. But if you use a drone, and then the drone is already programmed where to spray, so they are evenly scattering all around the field. And then the way they're spraying, since the drone doesn't, how to say, you don't have to enter into the field, so it's very good. And then it doesn't destroy the rice or the crop itself. Compared to the human, you have to walk in, and then it takes a lot of time to cover all the field. Comparing to the drone, for example, if you use a drone, it's only over within 15 minutes per field. But if you do a human spraying, you use probably a whole day or a whole half of the days to do a spray, and then you can see the result is not comparatively not that good compared to when you use technologies. So this is very good. So since they are evenly distributed, the spray and fertilizer, so you increase the yield by 10 or 20%, and will reduce the cost to 10 to 20%, of course, because of like you don't have to carry the heavy water into the field. You just spray carry on the, how to say, the drone. This is very good, and then the technology is right time, and then it's not that expensive, very expensive compared to the other technologies. So the drone is quite very popular, and then now we fly a lot of drone, but you need to have regulations, and you need to have a license in order to fly the drones in Thailand. So this is one of the thing that we try to implement, and then it's become very, very popular now among the farmer or open field in Thailand. Next is the, how to say, the Internet of Things. This is very good. Since you have the internet access, and then you have like how to say, greenhouse or the net in order to protect the, how to say, to protect the insects. So, but inside here is very, very hot, and then when you do farming inside, it's very difficult. So the worker just cannot stay that long inside the how to say, the net. Of course, the farm practice is you take a lot of time, and then if you have to water, you take like 1 or 2 hours in order to stay and turn on and turn off the pumping. So if you have the IoT or Internet access, you can directly turn on and turn off using only the finger tips that directly apply to the mobile phone, and it can communicate to turn on the watering. So it helps the farmer saving the times, and then the working period of time that is highly reduced. So the farmers or the worker doesn't have to stay in the field for the whole days, but they have salary from time to time and check. So for their daily life, they can do the other job. Otherwise, you have to do only one job, and then they increase more high income to their households, because to do only one job, you can get very low salary. So the farmer in Thailand, they do like a second job and third job. So if you use IoT, this one you can have the farmer maybe can have like 2 or 3 jobs, and then they can finish it within time. Also the community as well, that we try to implement the heat or the dryer of the dry food or something like that. This is come with the communities that request, and then after they can get or they can earn the money, they can pay to the communities. So this is very good in the in the sense of the reduce time, increase the productivity, and then reduce the cost of the human resource, and then be more safety, and then very high monitor to the product. So the product is become very good. They can sell a lot, and then they are very happy. The other products that we try to do is like My Mobile applications. This is an application that help the communities for the handicapped person. When you are getting old, you cannot move, and then you need one person to take care of the olders or handicapped persons. So this person, instead of they have to go out and find a job and get the money to their household, they have to stay there one person and then taking good care of the elderly all the times. So these apps, this will help the communities or the individuals to tackle with these problems. So if you teach the elder that if you need help, and then the community can have the line chat or the group communities, if they press the button or something like that, the elder press the button, that they come directly help the elder to if they have some trouble, send them to the hospital or help them do some chores, something like that. So this can help the young in the household. They can help the young go out and work, and then doesn't have to worry about the someone behind. So if someone behind needs help, they can directly press the button, and then they can leave the job and then come in back and then help the elderly right away. So doesn't have to worry that or doesn't have to stay in the house all the time. We can do some other activities and then earn some money to help the family as well. This is very good application that we try to use the technology, IoT technology, and the very good network to ease their daily life. And then the other thing is, of course, we try to use AR, VR, or QR code that do like video content to promote their product. Of course, when you do the community tourism, the foreigner come, but the internally or the community cannot speak the language like Japanese, French, or English, even English. So they can use like QR code to scan, and then they can directly read what the product is, and then explain the history of the product or history of the household, something like that. So it will be very easy for them to, how to say, be able to access or can buy some things without any tour guide. So they can reduce and save time and the cost of the human resource. The other is we try to have save for the udon. This one is we won the United Nations Public Service Award in 2002 as well. So very good that the committee asked like the drone to monitor the sanctuary of the in the Libong Island, that the committee need to have like drone survey in order to monitor, how to say, the animals or rare animals like this. This is like increase of tourism as well, and then the illegal fishing as well. So if we use a drone to monitor the illegal fishing and then monitor the animals, so we can be able to secure the environment and then the tourist place. So with the technology, it doesn't, how to say, very expensive, but it save a lot of the, how to say, human resource, and then bring back the environmental illegal fishery is gone. So this is what we want to the United Nations Public Service this year. So using this technology, technology can how to say, make people live for a better, and then reduce the cost, and then getting high performance. So that's it for the today's speaking. So we hope that our Thai application of the digital can help you to develop or help you to improve your communities and then the people in your country as well. So thank you very much. If you have would like to have contact or something like that, you can directly searching through our website www.depa.or.th. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, Dr. Prisan Rakwatin, regarding to the responsibility of the Digital Economy Promotion Agency and focus on the agriculture and also the community of the local people. You got any plan in the future that what's gonna do in the next 5 years regarding to your organization, your agency?
Of course, for our organization, we try to do like the safety of the farmer in order to use our digital, and then the big data to help our farmers to improve their productivities, and the startups as well to have a sandbox. So we try to put a standard on the IoT, and then the communication between the IoT to the, how to say, the government, and then the government personnel in the rural area. So they need to have knowledge on IoT, and then we need to have a standard in order to for the government promotion personnel to be able to directly communicate to the farmer and help the farmer to do some, how to say, consultants. So this is the, how to say, what we try to do for the next 5 years. And then with this big data, we can help the farmer to improve their life and to improve their productivity and to sell more to the how to say, to sell up more to the market. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I think we learned so much from you as your agency regarding to the agriculture and also the role of the public sector to promote and develop agriculture in Thailand. So before we ending the session, so would you mind to give the last word regarding to the role and responsibility of your agency to promote and develop agriculture in Thailand? So last word from you then.
Okay. As a government agency, we we try to match between digital provider who do technologies and then the farmer. They have the difficulties, so that we are matching them using the budget or using some of the transformation fund. Of course, the first start is very use of a lot of high budget. For example, 40,000 baht, and then the farmer or the SME or the community cannot afford doing that. But we helping them to first implement, and then after that, if they realize that the good of the technology is they or the farmer by themselves, the community by themselves, or the SME by themselves can or very have a very high confidence to use the technology again repeatedly. This is why we first invest for them first, and then let them see the good of to use the technology. This is the government goals. And then of course the infrastructure that use a lot of budget. So this is the duty of the government to implement the infrastructure that is the backbone of the country, and then let the SME digital provider or IoT producer or the private to have the access, and then the farmer also can have access. So we can increase public and private, and then farmer people partnership in order to contribute to the community and society as well as a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I like when you say this about the people, public, private, and partnership, because we cannot work alone. So we have to collaborate with other people as well. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope that this session would be very beneficial for our audience. And
yeah, thank you very much. And then thank you very much for inviting me to these sessions.
Thank you so much. ขอบคุณมากครับ ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
So we end this session and we see you later. Thank you so much. ขอบคุณมากครับคุณดร.ปริสาร ขอบคุณมากครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ ขอบคุณมากครับ ขอบคุณมากครับ